Ego.
Hey Jonathan, okay, so here's the update on this rainy Sunday afternoon. Um, I did everything you told me to do, and I followed the concept for the DIY filter. I found this plastic thing um, in our kitchen. We've always had this, we're not sure what it was for. It's some kind of water dispenser thing. But I figured that it was perfect because it already had a hole and then a bigger opening on the top. So what I did was I put a hose in, and the top part of the hose, of course, comes out on top, and then I bought the filter medium and I filled it, just as you said, and then I'm using the water pump. Lift the using the water pump to pump water from the bottom out, and then into the filter medium. I put the hose all the way down in here, as you can see, so that hopefully that means there's more shit that gets filtered through the filter medium before the clean water falls back through the hose. So it's a little big for the aquarium or pond, if you will, but I think it's pretty good. And just like you suggested, I made a platform so that it would sit on the edge of the balde, and that's really just chopsticks and no, barbecue sticks, and just duct tape it. And this is actually sitting on. There's duct tape that's holding these barbecue sticks on the middle, and on that and on the rim of the balde behind it, it's just sticky tack, arts and crafts sticky tack, and it's just stuck on there, but it's removable. And then on the back, I just braced it with some more twisty ties, so it's pretty stable. So it's not gonna move. It's not gonna go anywhere. So I'm quite happy about that water filter. Actually, we just installed it again today because I was very excited on the first day. I finished that on Friday night, I think, and I was too excited, and I already installed it, and then sure enough, the water was seeping through the rubber cement on the spout below. So I took it out again. Peeled off all the sapal, and then I redid that, and then I waited the 24 hours for it to dry, so that I could use it without it leaking. In spite of that, though, I still wrapped some Teflon around here just to be sure. And so far, I think no, there's no leaks. No, it's just the splatter that's making this part a little bit wet. But yeah, it looks like there's no leaks there. As you can see, we have our guppies here. I don't know if you can see them well, but there's about maybe a little over 20 fish in there, guppies and tetras. And then I made this little cover here out of a green, I don't know, just green plastic screen. More barbecue sticks and zip ties. This tube, by the way, is the aerator. So I got a proper air stone now, and that's plugged into an aerator. Here's the aerator, and it has two outputs. So which was perfect because, as you had just suggested before, to use the water pump. Before we talked about making a DIY filter, you suggested using the water pump for aerating the reservoir. What I've done is the same thing. Since the water pump is now for the filter, I'm using the one output of the aerator to aerate the fish tank, and the other output of the aerator to aerate the reservoir. So the reservoir is constantly being aerated. So just in case I need to replenish this with tap water, the chlorine should dissipate faster. I still cover it, but I did some cutouts so that the hose, I just cover it loosely so that it can still breathe. And obviously, as you can see, that's the hose of the aircon, which I rerouted. So that's the aircon. Just give me a second. Turn on the aircon. So in about a second or so, you should see that it's working pretty well. The water is going straight into the reservoir, and that's all aircon water. So I think the system is such that we're not drawing anymore from the piped in water. Everything is just for the aircon to the fish tank and over to our plants here. We just replanted, so this is just some sunflower. A few have sprouted already. This is this one up here is a tomato plant that I got from my cousin. It already was planted. I just replanted it and put it in the bigger pot, and I put some metal alambre here so that when the vines grow bigger, I can wrap them around. Over here I have some sitaw that's just sprouting, and then the more kangkong. Over here is another cutting from my cousin that I got from him. So this was already planted. I just changed the pot. This is the landan. Now over here is from seed. This is supposed to be cherry tomato. So hopefully these grow well. From the last batch of plants that we had here, this is the only basil plant that became sort of big and strong. So I replanted it onto this new planter that I got, and then next to it I planted more basil, which is starting to sprout. And then on this side it's all parsley, which is taking forever to sprout, but apparently it really takes forever for that to sprout. That's just another ornamental plant. So there's our cat Ashima, and we have another cat as well. And as you can see, the balcony is a really small balcony, and we're on the 22nd floor here. But yeah, quite proud of what we've been able to do here with your help, of course, and all of your pointers. And of course, we appreciate any more pointers that you can give us. But yeah, it's pretty exciting. So hopefully the plants do better now with the fish water, and let's see from there.